Hey guys, Rivet here. Welcome back to another episode of Keyboard. Everyone is enjoying themselves today. Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day. Yes. We are back. I just went over to the water. I made the last few water bottles I had, and then I filled up on all of the heart potions that I could, because we're going to go down into the mines of Arris and see what the heck we can get into. Because we're going to wreck a face or two today. Oh, one shot in the doggy doos. This is great. Get him, Wally. You can do it. You're allowed to do anything you want in here. Take that one on. Go get Alpha Dog. Okay, how about that one? I'll just one-shot them for you, Wally. It's okay. You don't have to do anything. Just look pretty. You do that exceptionally well, my friend. Best looking woolly mammoth I've ever seen. Okay, can we... Okay, we're just gonna go over here. You want to get him? Here. You take him on. Get him, Wally. Get him. Hey, we got another flask. That's great. Yeah. So happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope the weekend has been good. I hope life has been treating you kind and fair and just and all the things. And yeah, thanks for coming out and joining me today on Sunday. So today is the mines. We'll see how far we can do, what we can accomplish within it. No plans, no expressed intentions other than wrecking face and doing things. Life is good. Got today off, and as today being Sunday for you guys. I'm recording this obviously Saturday night because I got home from work. My only day off this week until the weekend, so I've got a 1 day off type of thing, but it's because of the holidays, because I had Tuesday and Wednesday off. Yeah, that was it. So it's okay. I'm happy. I got a little bit of a boost thing at work, which I'm kind of stoked about. I've only been at the job for just over 2 months now. Hired just around Halloween. So, you know, just after New Year's, just after 2 months. And I got pulled into the office the other day, and I was asked if I would be up for doing some floor support, which is kind of like a little perk for those of us that are, you know, handling our jobs, doing a good job type of thing. They gonna give you a bit more responsibility, answering the questions for the folks on the floor, which is kind of bizarre since I'm still feel kind of new. But, you know, word's gotten out that I'm doing a good job and whatnot, and they want to, you know, give me a little bit more responsibility. I've never been one to shy away from it, so I'm super excited. So part of next week I will be doing the floor support, so which would be neat. I'm the first person from my class so far that I know of that has had the opportunity. So. You know, I don't take it lightly. I'm very appreciative of the, you know, the fact that they've got faith in me at work. And again, this goes hand in hand with everything that I've stated about how much I appreciate this job, is that I'm doing the job I'm doing because I'm enjoying the job that I have. I'm not trying to showboat or anything. I'm just letting folks, you know, I'm doing what I do because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And that the fact that it's being recognized makes me very happy. Very, very happy. So it's nice to know that my job and I are on the same page for the first time in a long time. So yeah, that's happening this week. Also happening this week is, I mentioned the other day, is that I did place an order for some stuff. I had one thing on back order, and that back order has now been completed. So we are getting, or I'm getting, I should say, we as in the collective channel, is getting some new loot for us to play with. The first thing being the Raspberry Pi 4, the full kit. So I'm getting the Pi. It's a 4 gig version. So I got all the bells and whistles on it. It's got a 64 gig SSD card type of thing. Case, HDMI cables, power, the whole shooting match, all the bells and whistles that I could get with it. It's a full kit on Amazon. There's a couple of different options in Canada that you can get. The kit I got was on sale. Normally it was like $150. I got it for $120, which I'm stoked about. Boots, the blue boots, or those are not better. I got purple boots. I can't use your blue boots. The gloves not happening. Okay, well we're good. So yeah, that's coming in. It should be Monday or Wednesday, I think they said. And then the other thing I mentioned was a microphone. It's done by a company called Neat, and it's called the King Bee. It's a cardioid microphone. My understanding is that the folks at Neat are people that were working for Blue, that did some of their more higher end microphones at Blue, and they've gone off and done their own company thing. Apparently these microphones were originally on sale for over $350 US. They're now independent. They're doing their own thing. Since they can control their pricing, it's around $100 US. So there's no difference with this microphone now than when it came out, apparently. So the $100 version is the same as the $300 version. You're just getting a better deal. So everything I have read and watched and listened to, this microphone ticks all the boxes I like. The one thing, especially for me, that I'm liking is the fact that what it picks up is sound from your voice. The amount of clickety-clacky you're going to be hearing in the background is going to be minimalized. The amount of background noise I have is going to be minimalized. So a lot of things are looking up for that. I'm very stoked. I've been wanting to get a new microphone for quite a while. Our NREX Stone, we got it. So what does this one do? Sure. NREX Stone. NREX Stone. Stone. Okay. Stone? Hello? do we get the thing? NREX Stone, there it is. Increased riding speed. Hey, Wally, we can ride faster. Congratulations, my friend. I don't know why. The missions in here have been fairly straightforward and simple. That's the second one here in this biome that has been like, okay, that wasn't so bad. We didn't have to travel very far. I mean, it was that dip down was a bit brutal, but other than that, it was okay. I do want to go out and see that. We'll do the trek. Because I'm going to be... I'll end up being... jumping across water, which I really don't feel like doing. So, yeah. So, as I was saying, got the new stuff coming in to boost some of the prospects of things I want to do on the channel. The Raspberry Pi, I'm going to do some emulation on it. I'm going to play with some cases and some things. And just generally, that's not what I want to do. Okay, I don't know why I didn't die. Yeah, so I want to do some emulations on it. There's a bunch of stuff that's happening on the Raspberry Pi. I do like retro gaming. I do like a bunch of the old school games. Not something I've wanted to do on the channel, obviously. I don't really see much of a series thing of saying, "Hell, we're gonna go play, this game," because I don't think that's. It's not a thing I want to do, but I have no issues with playing with the tech behind emulating things. And getting in on that. The reason I didn't get it initially was when the Raspberry Pi 4 came out, I was super stoked, and I was like in my shopping cart going, I'm getting it, I'm going to get it. But I waited because a lot of the development for things that I was watching on the Raspberry Pi 3 weren't being done yet for the 4. So I wanted to give it a little bit of time before it started. And then there were some issues with the 4, with the charging, and there was a few little hinky things. So that has since been remedied. There's no longer the issues. I think it's version B that I got now. So that's been remedied. And a lot of the emulator stuff that I was looking at now is getting closer to fruition. And it's at the point where I'm thinking it's capable of handling the things that I want to do with it. So what we will be doing... And this is going to be based upon feedback from you guys too. If there's anything in particular in the Pi universe that you want to see, let me know. If there are certain aspects to it that you want me to get into, I will. I am going to start taking on some programming with it. Minimal stuff. I'm not a programmer, and I don't claim to be, but I want to learn. So there's going to be little projects that I want to do. There's some gaming stuff that you can create games and things in it. Again, things that I've been kind of wanting to do, haven't yet. But a lot of what I want to do with it is just goofing around with what it's capable of doing. Tomb of Altus, yeah. Lore's done the 60%, so we did it. There's a pyramid handy, blah, 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 blah. Wait, did it say pyramid? It did say pyramid. Where are you? Yeah, I don't have... There's a lot that I don't have yet. Oh my god. Hang gliding speed. How many do I have of these? We're level 14. I mean, we're not doing horrible at all. I mean, I'm stoked. And I apologize. My my allergies are bad. Just welcome to my life. We're gonna go here. Let's go clear up that section around, and let's go sell off the stuff we have at the village. And is it time? No, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Can't tell time. Okay, where are we at with the village? Hello, doggies. You guys want to come play, don't you? Get him, Wally. Nice job, my friend. Good, good, good. Yeah, so a bunch of little projects I want to do with the Pi. Other things that I want to do with it, again, a lot of the bits and pieces for handheld cases, turning it into like a portable thing. Got no problem with it. No problem with doing that at all. If that's something you guys want to see, by all means, I can get into it. If there's any aspects of the Pi that you want to see done, if there are things that you've been interested in, you just haven't, bitten it off yet, and you just like, okay, I want to see what somebody else can do with it. Ask me what to do. I will happily, like, if it's within my abilities of things to do, I will. I want to get into it more. I think there's a huge community of people that deal with things with the Pi, and I want to become part of it, to be honest. I've always been intrigued by it. Here's the thing. Back when I was younger, and we had single computers. Like, we had portable little computer things. They were weak. Nothing like we have today. I had a system called a Timex Sinclair. My dad won it. It was the weirdest thing. Back in the 80s, a thing was timeshare. Everybody in Florida had like these condos that were, it was a timeshare thing. You go and you do like a presentation where they try to sell you timeshare, where you spend X number of dollars and they would give you a week vacation for X number of dollars. And it was like a bunch of people owned the apartment or something. It was ridiculously stupid. But every time you went to these things, they had some kind of treat. Tickets to Disney World. And then we went to this one, and it was a Timex Sinclair. And my dad was like, I don't know what the hell this is. And it was like a thing he did on weekends. He wanted to go and take a look at apartments and things. And, it didn't cost him any money. He never bought into it. But it entertained him. So, and we got some cool treats and things out of it. So it didn't bother me. So he came home with this Timex Sinclair. And so I got into it. It had like basic instructions for doing programming. And back then, like the Timex Sinclair, there was no solid state memory on it. There were no drives for it. You programmed on it, kept it on, and if you turned it off, it lost its program. It was literally that kind of a thing. But I loved it. I would program on it all the time, do all these little projects and things, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. And then it would go off to like after that was like Commodore 64s and those kind of things. I didn't do that route. Sorry, I had to get a sip of soda. My throat was starting to feel parched. I did not get into the Commodore. We ended up getting an Apple IIc, which was at that time, it was a powerhouse of computer. Apple had just come out with the Macintosh, and the Apple IIc was basically like a portable computer. It had a handle on it that plugged into monitors. I had a nice color monitor attached to it. I had this like plastic, or not necessarily, I guess it would be like a plastic today, but like a plexiglass case that went around the outside of it. that was a monitor stand, and then you had floppy drives that you put into it. And I did programming. I got completely into making video games in high school. I loved the concept of it. I thought it was a fun thing. And programming and I was a fast learner for doing programming. I thought it was an amazing thing. I don't think I was ever exceptionally good at it, but I had a logical mind for it, and I enjoyed learning BASIC and binary. I took Fortran, Pascal, Cobalt, in high school. Any class that I had for programming, I took. Loved it all. And my brain was like, that's where I want to go. That's what I want to do. So when I got to university, I'm like, I'm going to get into computer sciences. And there weren't any. 1986, universities hadn't caught on, at least the one that I'd gone to. Their entire system was just so archaic and just out to lunch. We had the internet, okay, in 1986. And you could sit in the dorm and talk to the library and basically access the like what books were where type of thing. You couldn't do searches for give me a book on this. It wasn't that kind of searching. It didn't exist. That was not what we had. But you could find out where in the library the books were. That basically what it was. Like you could, instead of having to go into the library and look through the cabinets and try to figure out where the books were, you could do that from the computer. And it never matched up. Never worked properly. It was a horrible, horrible thing. But at that point, I had a computer in my dorm room. And I loved everything about it. What the? It's a mana pump, but that's not for us. That's for over there. That's just... I'm just looking to see. These are just life shrines, which are not terribly important to me. I don't rightly care. So I just giving you guys a bit of my backstory to kind of explain why the Raspberry Pi piques my interest. Is that it's kind of given me that feeling that I had back when I was in high school of like endless opportunities and chances to do something and be creative. I don't know what I'm going to be able to accomplish with it. A lot of it's based upon time, ability, how quickly I can adapt and learn. I may not be able to do the programming that I'm hoping and dreaming that I'll be able to do, but I may be able to just utilize the Pi with a bunch of the tools that are available and to be able to do some fun and interesting things with it, and just try to expand upon it. Having one video a week based upon what I can do with it. I think it could be kind of fun. But you guys are going to have to let me know what you guys think as well. So that's where we're at. So for games this week, status quo, man. Doing it. Undermine. I'm looking forward to... I did the exact same spot. Hit the same puddle. And episode 3 from now is the turning point for me in Undermine. I will say that without fear. I recorded it last night. It's what episode am I at? 17. I think episode 20 will be the one. Should be episode 20 if it's the right one. If you guys are paying attention to what I've been doing, the pie in the sky has been getting the 2,500 gold so I could buy the bomb to blow up a thing. Well, something happens in the episode. I'm not going to explain what, but game changing on how everything goes out. I loved everything about the episode. It, hands down, the most I've felt in the game that I've actually, I've got it. Like I finally figured something out, and it works, and I love it. And it was so much fun. Worth everything. Worth all the time I put into it. Right now, about 12 hours into the game. And just scratching the surface on it, too, which is amazing. I love it. Done Greed. Episode came out yesterday. You guys seem to be intrigued and liking it. I've got 2 episodes of that recorded already. I'm going to make sure I finish a 3rd and a 4th this weekend, which is today for you guys. I'm going to make sure that I have it done. I want to make sure that I can bounce between Undermine and another game. The other thing that happened was Humble Monthly came out, or the monthly aspect of the new Humble Choice, I guess it's called. Bunch of new games in the monthly. Unfortunately for me, I already owned a big chunk of them. Fortunately for my son, he didn't. So I gave most of the games to him. I get 10 games out of it, out of a possible 12 I think they had this month. And 4 of them went to him. So yeah, he's pretty stoked for it. The one that he was really excited for is he got, Rally, Dirt Rally 2.0 or something like that, I think it was. And he's just like, I've been wanting that game for a while. So I was like, okay, it's all yours, my friend. Trying to think what else was in there. 2 Point Hospital was another one. Oh God, why can't I remember the games? Because my brain is not, I'm not focusing on it. Because some of the games I've had for a little bit, and some of them I just got recently. I was like, gosh. Graveyard Keeper was another one. And then there's the other one game. It was a big one too. Oh, Shadow of Mordor. Which, or Shadow of War, sorry. It's the sequel to Shadow of Mordor. Which my son did not have. I got him Shadow of Mordor a few years ago, and he loved it and played the hell out of it. So I'm hoping that he enjoys this one as much. We're both fans of Tolkien and the whole Lord of the Rings thing. Not a huge fan of the original way that the game came out, but much like a lot of the other games that became a games as a service thing, it got squashed and they've reworked the system so it's much better. It's a very enjoyable and playable game now. I've played a fair amount of it on my own and I've enjoyed it. Yeah, I got you. We got this. We're looking for the giant slime because it's going to come out once I kill enough of these other ones. I love this part. There you go, Ollie. We'll just do that. Yeah, 2 Point Hospital was a lot of fun. Another game that I picked up just for fun. I haven't put as much time into it as I wanted to. But, you know, I got too many games as it is and too little time. And if I got to stay home all day long, I still don't think I'd have enough time for most of the stuff I'd want to do. That was a nice little bomb. That was cool. Did we not kill enough? Oh, there he's over here. I got him. I can see him on the map. So he's over here. He'll pop up here in a second. There he is. I see you. I got you. I'm not letting you go to hit me. Yes, suck, you jerk. Listen, you. That's right, Wally. You squish him. Yeah, squish him. That was fun. Needed that. So we're finishing things as we go. Where are we at here? Looks like a whole bunch of empty space up here. Let's do this and go. Can we do that? Hello. East, I think it is. Let's double check it. There we go. Are we going east? Is that where we're going? Yeah, east looks like it. No idea what we're gonna go find, but we got a little bit of time to go and do it, and just go and enjoy. This has been a treat today. I've enjoyed this. Nice, relaxing, not too over the top. I needed it. It's been a today was a rough day at work. I'm not gonna lie. The calls are fine. It's just that for whatever reason today, our weekends just seem to be in general super busy there. Like no breaks in between calls. It was literally back to back to back for like 4 hours solid. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, but the questions on the weekends are usually just ridiculous. Like, people ask me the silliest things. It's like, you know, I've had something for 10 years. Do you have spare parts for it? I'm like... And then getting angry at me when I'm like, I'm sorry, we don't carry that product anymore type of thing. You know, and I'm like, wait. So, you're used to buying things and getting spare parts for it like a decade after the fact? I'm like, I don't know what kind of warranties and stuff you have, but I want part of that because I've never seen that in my life. Dear God, you know, you're lucky you get the 30-day return policy with some places, but hey, you know, enjoy living in your fantasy world, folks. It suits you just fine. And I'm just joking. It just baffles me sometimes of like the entitlement that some folks have when they think that, you know, I bought a product it's this old and it doesn't work right. You need to fix it today, kind of thing. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I come from a time when if your TV died and you didn't know how to fix it, you paid a repairman to fix it. And that's what we had. We had a whole series of people that were service working, and their jobs were to fix and maintain things. There were handymen that did things. There were people that did repairs for, stereos and for TVs. And if you had a handyman to come over and fix things if your shelves weren't working. Things that, it was just how life went. You never expected everything from a retailer to be taken care of by retailer. And I don't know when that changed. Well, obviously it changed because a lot of things tend to be manufactured to not last for terribly long periods of time anymore. Just take your cell phone, for instance. You're lucky to get 2 years out of them. And it's not because they manufacture the cell phones to be defective. A lot of times it's because the batteries don't hold a charge anymore because it's the nature of how the batteries work. It's not that they're making them defective. They're screwing you over by, making it so you can't change your battery. Thank you, Apple, for that, you sons of bitches. But there's a reason why I don't own an iPhone. If I needed somebody to fix my phone, I'm going to go and find an independent person that can fix it. I don't think that anything, if it's broken, I'm not holding somebody else responsible. I'm not going to hold a manufacturer responsible for it. I'm going to get it taken care of. But I don't understand why there's a whole group of people out there that think, well, I bought this for this number of monies this long ago and you need to fix it. Don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think that that mindset is stupid, and it just needs to go the way of the dodo. And again, I'm not just talking about where I work. That's not it at all. It just kind of brought the thing to my head of like, why is this the thing? Like, why do we have these kind of problems? It's like my current issue with my AMD card. I'm not holding a Gigabyte responsible for it. I know that it's a driver issue. I know that there is an issue happening. Am I getting all bent out of shape and yelling and screaming on Twitter at AMD, fix your shit, or else, I'm never going to use you again? No. I'm putting it aside and I'm waiting. I'm patient. I've done all the things I can possibly do with it right now. If I wasn't doing this, if I was just, a regular user of a computer, I wouldn't have had any problems with it. But because of the fact that I do the gaming, the rendering, and all the stuff that I do, I need it to work in a certain way. Now, am I upset that it doesn't work 100%? Sure. It irks me. But again, don't care. If it doesn't work, I will sell off my card, get another one, and get an NVIDIA next time. Just because, I know what NVIDIA stuff does. I wanted something new, I got it, And again, same with the Raspberry Pi 4. If anything happens to it, I want to be able to tinker and fart around with it. I like being able to tinker with things. I like having the ability to, if my stuff isn't working, of being self-reliant and going, yeah, I'll fix it. I'll find a way. And I've done that for decades. I have been the guy that's fixed computers for my friends for years. I had my own computer shop. I did my own repairs for a while. When I lived out in the East Coast in Canada with my ex-wife, I owned for 2 years. I had my own little computer shop. And it was inside a bookstore, a used bookstore. And it was glorious. I loved everything about it. I loved having my own little business. I did not make a ton of money. I made enough money to pay the rent most days. Not much came back into the house. Thankfully, we didn't require much at the time. And my wife at the time, but my ex-wife now, allowed me the time to, take on the adventure. It ended up not costing anything, but what it gave me was a sense of purpose, and I was able to develop my confidence on a lot of things, and to be able to fix things in tech was glorious. I loved it. I loved having little old ladies coming in, getting their computers fixed, and they're like, it doesn't work. My internet isn't working. That's back when we still had dial-up too. And I had this one customer, she just wanted to get a scanner because she was in her 70s and she wanted to get a scanner so she could convert all of her pictures that she had of all the family, put them on the CD-ROM, and send them off as Christmas presents. And so she spent a couple $100 on a scanner, getting it hooked up, and I gave her a hand getting it all configured and helped her with how to do the DVD thing. And it was a delightful thing. It's a person I never would have met ever before. And then her and her husband became friends of mine when I was living out there. Lovely couple, and they were a delight. And that all stems from me just being smart enough to be able to fix things and just be able to do what I did. And there's a lot of days I miss that. I couldn't have that kind of shop or anything now, the way that the market and everything is. And it was starting to get that way when I got out, was that it was changing for the mom and pop shops. It was becoming harder and harder to make yourself a viable entity. And that was, I got to do it when I did it, and I had a blast, and I have no regrets. And yeah, that was a weird ramble I went on. And we're at just over 31 minutes now. It was fun. It was a blast. It was a hoot. Thanks for letting me ramble on, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Not to worry, we will come back on Wednesday. Not too sure what we're going to be doing yet, but we'll be doing it. Friday, I'll let you guys know how my floor support thing goes at work, because that's the day that everything is scheduled. I think Thursday I'm scheduled for it, and I'll get in on, let you guys know how that went. My feet are going to kill me because, all the walking. Good thing I'm walking my 10,000 steps a day as it is now. Whew! I'm going to get my workout. Anyway, thanks again for all your support, everybody, and I will see you guys in our next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
This is a song for all the Rivet heads. This is a song to make